Hey guys, Steve here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Research Bureau, how it works, and what you can expect from it. So, got a lot of questions on this topic. Thought I'd kind of make a quick little video for you guys. It's not too complicated once you figure out how it works, but it can be a little bit daunting until that point. So, without further ado, we'll jump right in here. Now right off the bat, you can see on the left it says active projects. You have up to 2 slots. You have one automatically, and then if you have premium time, which you can see that's the number 337 days on top there, then you can add a second one. Now if you have like 5 days of premium time and that runs out, the second project will go on hold, so you don't lose any of the progress. In fact, you don't ever lose any of the progress of any ship. Let's say you research the Grosser Kurfürst for 3 minutes, and then you decide you're more of a Yamato guy than a Grosser Kurfürst guy. You can go ahead, click on the Yamato, and then switch that, and then select which project you want to turn off, and then that research that you were previously applying to that previous ship will still be on that ship. So if you go back to that project later, either after completing your first project, or if you decide you want to change your mind again, that progress will always still be there. And you can see we got Alaska, Yamato, Grosser Kurfürst are the current projects. And we're going to go with the Alaska first. The introduction of the Bureau, you do have to do that one first. If you're just picking up the Research Bureau now, you're going to have to do that one. That takes about a week to get through, and then you can jump into the next project. So then we got Alaska here. We're going to just check out the stages. Now it looks like each stage is probably going to be 5 or each segment is going to be 5 individual stages, and then you go through each stage. You get rewards along the way as you're completing the stages, pretty good rewards, and then of course at the end you get the actual ship itself. So plenty to do. It's primarily time based. It's just going to be something you're going to get over time, but there are ways to speed it up, and you have to log it. The game will research for 24 hours after you've last logged in, so if you don't play for over 24 hours, eventually the research will stop. But you can see here there's different ways to boost your progress. Now here we went into the ships tab, and you have these available ships you can choose from. Assigning the ships will give you more points per second. You get 3 points per second base, and so it's going to take time to accumulate. But if we add on either Fleet, which is the ships, Patrons, not currently available. It's going to be a feature coming down the future, but you can add commanders there, and then the daily trials, we'll see you can kind of do missions each day, and that'll speed you along. You can also just directly boost your progress with gold here. Now Wargaming did give us community contributors some gold to get it rolling, so we can get kind of, get progress on the first ship a little bit quicker to be able to review them. So that's an option. There are efficient uses of gold in the game and inefficient uses. I would classify this one as an inefficient use. You can use gold better in other particular manners, in my opinion, but that's up to you as the player, of course, what you want to spend your own money on. So jumping into the breakthrough here, you can see that stage 1700 gold. Now we'll notice that progress did spill over into the next stage. So if you do boost and you clear the end of the stage, the extra progress that you didn't need for that stage will be applied to the next one. Now they said when they're introducing these things that you can boost up to 40% of a project's duration. So you're still going to have to invest some time, and hopefully you're going to be doing these daily trials, assigning the ships to speed it up, but it's still going to be taking a little while to get these ships. So even if you got a lot of money laying around and you really want to get the ships, you can only boost it so far. Anyway, we see we have the Yubari applied, we're getting 3 extra points. Now we got the Furutaka, we're getting 6 extra points per second. So just, it's more of an incentive to not sell your ships, to research different lines. The more ships you have available, the more options you're going to have to speed up the progress. Same thing with commanders, not that you can really sell commanders, but it just kind of, this is designed as endgame content to reward players that have been playing a lot, and those type of players are going to have a lot of different ships, a lot of different commanders. That's all going to help out with the progress. So if you're new, you can still get the projects going. It just might take a little bit longer, but legendary tier ships are going to be extremely dangerous. It's going to be a hard tier to play. So if you're a brand new player, getting towards the end of the game shouldn't be your top priority, in my opinion. You should be trying to focus on the game mechanics, so on and so forth. Now you can see active projects. We got Alaska, and because I have premium time active, I can choose an extra project between the Yamato or the Grosse Kurfürst. And right now we have these three main projects aside from the introduction project. Over time, of course, they're going to introduce more ships into the legendary tiers. So there's going to be more to choose from. How often they're going to be coming out, time will tell. We don't know yet. But if we go ahead and activate the Grosse Kurfürst now, my second project, I'm not going to do any boosting with doubloons, just because they gave us the doubloons with the intention of boosting the one ship. So I'm going to do one kind of boosted as quick as we can, and then one just kind of naturally. Now you can see here Gallant is an option, and it shows you there. If you don't have a ship, that's what it looks like. But we still have three other ships we can choose from. We have those activated, and then we, of course, get these missions that we can. You want to select the missions. You got to select the missions before you actually play the games, by the way. If you don't have it selected, it won't actually apply the bonus to the ship's progress. So keep that in mind. But which ships provide bonuses, potentially which commanders, once those come out, presumably will change as you progress. Like right now, we're in the first stage of these, so you can see all the ships that you can boost from. Tier 3s, the daily trials, it says, win a game in Tier 5, and then win a game in 2 of the ships that are options to boost your progress. So these are low-level ships to get it going. Presumably, as you go up and up the stages, they're going to be higher tier ships. You can see there are some premium options, but if you just have the tech tree ships, of course, you still have the options to do those. If one of your ship is being applied for the research in, let's say, the Alaska project, and it's available as an option for a different one, as we'll see here in the footage in a little bit, that ship cannot be used for both of them. So you're going to have 4 base options, but if you got one ship tied up already in a different project and it's an option for the second project, you can't use it in both instances. So you're going to want to pick one ship that is really your focus and kind of mentally dedicate yourself and say, all right, I'm always going to boost this progress on this ship first, and then the second ship, assuming you're running premium time. You should, if you got a lot of ships, it shouldn't really be an issue. You should still be able to boost it fully. But if you don't have all the ships, I would recommend just kind of focusing on the one first and then considering the second one kind of a bonus. Here's what it looks like when you switch the ships, though. You can see we had the Grosse Kurfürst activated. Now, 10 seconds later, I decided, okay, we want to go with the Yamato. So we just were able to pick. We clicked on the Yamato project. It said, which one do you want to replace? We click the Grosse Kurfürst. Now we can go into this thing and begin researching here. You can see because of the Yubari, we already had that active on the Alaska campaign, not available. But because we have a lot of the other ships, you can go ahead and select those. If you don't have the ship purchased, but you haven't researched, of course, you can just go ahead and purchase it and then begin applying the bonuses there. So it's pretty straightforward. Again, I would just kind of focus on one. You got to make sure you're logging in every day. I would try and get the daily trials done. They're pretty easy. You essentially just have to win 3 games, and you'll be able to, be doing your daily missions and stuff at the same time. So it's kind of fairly easy to accomplish those. Just make sure you have your fleet selected. You don't want to accidentally leave those blank and miss out on those points that you're going to be accruing whenever the patrons are introduced. Of course, you're going to have that selected as well. And then just kind of let it roll. Eventually, they said they're going to be adding legendary modules to this as well, which will be kind of enhancements for, I don't know if it'll be a particular ship or a whole nation's class of ships or how it'll work. We'll find out when those come eventually, but there's going to be different things besides ships. Of course, there's going to be different ships that they're going to be adding in time. But legendary tiers should be pretty good. The ships, of course, look really good. I don't think you can really go wrong with either of these three ships to start off with. Just kind of, if you have experience with Japanese battleships, German battleships, American heavy cruisers, of course, these are going to be kind of the end cap ships of those lines. And whichever line you particularly prefer, I would probably go with that one. And, you know, you can always change your mind without any real major penalty, of course. So that's a rundown on the Bureau, guys. Hope it helped. I want to know what lines or what ships you guys are researching first. Let me know in the comments what you're pursuing. Let me know how you feel about the Bureau. If you got any other hidden tips or tricks that you want to share, of course, let us know. But if you did like the video, please hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. There's always more World of Warships content coming all the time. And we'll see y'all later. All right, peace.